2020 has been a great year for New Balance. They've released plenty of really dope collaborations with Soleil Bembury, Aime Leon Dore, Bodega, and plenty more. They also released one of my favorite sneakers this year, which has been the New Balance 327. I absolutely love that sneaker. And today, the pair of shoes that we're looking at, I think fits in with New Balance's banging collaborations. Today, we're taking a look at the New Balance collaboration with Thisisneverthat. Hit on a New Balance collaboration? What? Haven't hit on a single New Balance collaboration the entire year, so excuse me if I'm a little excited about this one. So the box is very plain. Actually, I'm a little bit disappointed about how plain it is. This is the regular New Balance box, completely gray. Let's unbox them. This is the New Balance Thisisneverthat. The model name, and why I didn't say it in the beginning, is because it's ML202RT. So a little bit of a mouthful. But here they are. Take a look at those. I'm sure you have a lot of thoughts on these, because I sure do, and I'm gonna share them with you right now. So to start off, let me give you the release date. This was November the 14th, which was this last Saturday. They retail for a really solid £130 or 150 out in the US. They also released alongside a kind of brown colorway. However, obviously, I mean, I got this one. I can't get them all, okay? I do really like that brown colorway, but I think I like this one a little bit more. So this is New Balance's latest collaboration sneaker with the brand Thisisneverthat. The model is the 202RT, which I believe is the same model of New Balance sneaker that the Soleil Bembury collaboration was. So, I mean, if you guys have any idea about that shoe, then you can kind of guess or just know what model this is. Immediately, the first thing you're going to notice is the kind of design vibe that this has, and yeah, it's very vintage. It's got a lot of retro elements about it. Of course, I guess that kind of goes along with a lot of New Balance sneakers, but this one in particular. And it's definitely something we're starting to see more and more here in 2020, is that kind of vintage, you know, the yellowed out vibe that this is giving off. So it falls directly in line with that. So New Balance is known for their comfortable shoes. They're pretty decent quality in terms of the materials, and I guess dad shoes as well. So this fits perfectly with their ethos. Now, the brand that they collaborated with, Thisisneverthat, it's something I've never heard of prior to this collaboration. However, it is a Korean brand, and browsing through their website, they've got a whole entire clothing line, which actually looks pretty solid. The pair of shoes itself is kind of a case of what you see is what you get. Super nice materials with a mixture of leather around the mudguard, mesh for the toe box, and some small elements of suede and plenty of reflective panels. The tongue is nicely padded. It has the Thisisneverthat logo, which is in a little reflective patch just underneath the leather material. Again, nice and soft, which again, I think the tongue plays a big factor into a lot of shoes, kind of comfortability. You really do feel that when you're walking in the pair of shoes. So it's always a really important option when brands add a lot of padding and just a lot of soft materials to that portion. Immediately midsole and lateral sides of this shoe has the very synonymous N logo, which is kind of a little bit of a weird feeling material. It is a mix between a plastic kind of feeling material. However, that plastic is embroidered with some black stitching all the way around. I think this is where you feel kind of the softest leather that is on the shoe, and you do have some elements of that nappy suede as well, which kind of comes in this almost whitish grayish color, again feeding into that motif of a very vintage worn shoe. The sock liner is nice, again nice material covering it and very well padded. The insole is kind of like this teal color and has perforation holes throughout, and of course it has that Thisisneverthat logo. The midsole is where you get to kind of that yellowed out kind of look that, you know what, I guess the best comparison is the Travis Scott Air Max sneaker that came out. I know that was a big talking point of having this kind of painted on yellowed out effect to give it kind of a vintage look, and that definitely seems like what is going on here. It kind of looks like a paint because you can see elements of like if it was a white colored midsole and they painted over it, like little kind of wipe away elements. However, I mean, obviously I took this out in the rain and it didn't wipe off, so that's a good thing, which I know the Travis Scotts, I think you could wipe off the paint that was on the midsole. It's not an issue with these. The main reflective panels are at the back of the shoe around that heel cup, and of course round by the back kind of pull tab area. Very, very reflective, so you can see it quite brightly when you turn the flash on. And of course you have a tiny little New Balance logo right at the back of the heel. Cushioning in this is what New Balance calls N-ERGY, and it's nothing incredibly soft or midsole is made out of what New Balance calls the N-ERGY cushioning system, which is nothing amazingly squishy, or you can't really feel anything that amazing underfoot. However, it is definitely it's definitely a comfortable shoe. I definitely don't think there's any sizing issues. I went true to size. I believe it's not necessary to size up or down, potentially if you have extra wide feet, but other than that, I would definitely recommend going true to size. But hey, that pretty much wraps it up for the New Balance Thisisneverthat collaboration. I actually quite like these shoes. I feel like they're pretty different to what I would normally wear or go for. So it's really interesting for me to take a look at these and try them out. I'm surprised with how much I actually like them. But of course, let me know what you think of these down in the comment section. And of course, thank you so much for coming through, liking the video, commenting, and of course, subscribing. Thank you for coming through and hanging out. I will catch you all in the next one, but until then.